Hola, how art thou? How art thou? I am trying to maneuver the camera so I can show the camera, and I have a cat who's going crazy right now. I don't I don't know if she had catnip or what. I don't know. Cause I thought I hid all the catnip, but I could be wrong. It could be around somewhere, and she got to it. So I don't know. So please bear with me because she's literally running from room to room and she's like passing by and knocking stuff over. But I had to turn this on because I connected to Facebook, and Facebook gives you like 0 minutes to be late. So just bear with me. So everybody is not everybody, but some people are having such a hard time getting started because this is your first time, so that's great. And if you want to do the challenge, that's even better. But I'm gonna show you how to start one of them. And it doesn't matter if you want to do it in your way or my way or someone else's way, as long as you get comfortable. That's the main part about it, is just to be comfortable. So I'm going to show you how I started I'm going to start the Juneteenth one because it looks like more people requested that one. And I wanted to start off with it because it's a little difficult in the beginning. That way you guys can get a better understanding of the color changings in the beginning, and not just the color changing, but the bobbins, the hanging of it, like all of that. I just want you guys to get used to that. If you have any questions, I have the comments right here, because before I hide them, but I have it here. So if you have any questions, my Diva Squad go first. So anyone who is a part of the Diva Squad, you get your questions answered first. Okay, so if you are watching on Facebook, then up at the top it explains to you that you can sign in. That way, when you show up on my end, it doesn't say Facebook user, and I can know who you are and I can identify you better. So if you on Facebook and you want to answer, you want me to answer you, it's best if you do that. All right, so listen, this is so easy. It's not as bad as you guys think it is. If you just start, and it's fine. You won't be disappointed because it's really not as bad as you think it is. I try not to make it, like, I make it look simple, and I try not to make it too difficult, but I have a problem with adding details. I just can't help it. I add a lot of details. So, and I think that's what a lot of newbies have a problem with, my details. When I start, I'm sorry, this cat is going freaking crazy. What is wrong with her? Yeah, that and her mouth. Oh my goodness. As soon as I turn live, she just goes crazy. Jeez. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do the actual how you do the graph and put it together, because some people don't even know how to do that. Also, I want to explain that if you don't have a printer, you do not need a printer at all whatsoever. So let me go straight into it because I don't want to be on all day long. I didn't even count this, but it is what it is. Yeah, I didn't even count this. Yeah, so when I give you my graphs, it's a PDF. The PDF, all you need to do is watch the PDF through look at the PDF through a PDF viewer. So if you are on your cell phone or on your computer, it doesn't matter. You can still be able to use it. So in the beginning, when I used to use my graphs, I did not have a printer at all. So the next best thing for me to do was to download an app. The app is called Xodo, which is XODO. And it's for if you have an Apple phone or Android, it doesn't matter. You can use Xodo. Xodo, I will do a whole other separate video on that, not today, to show you how to use it, because you're able to put the PDF in and highlight as you go each entire row. So if you are at row 8 and you stop, it will highlight row 8, and then when you come back, you know where to start. So that's why I love Xodo. Now that's if I'm using it on like even if you're on a tablet or something, you could use Xodo. If you have the luxury of being able to print out your graph, that's what I do, because I just like it better. Sometimes wherever I'm at, I'm not able to sit there and watch my my device. Or you get older like me and blind, and I can't see my device anymore. So it's just better to do this. If you ever get a graph from me and you feel like the squares are just too small, I don't even make them that small anymore. But some people need them bigger. If you need them larger, which this to me is perfect, but if you need them larger, you have to ask me specifically, because I do not automatically do them. Ask me specifically, I'll make them larger. I try not to always do it, because that means I have to keep going back and forth and making extra files. So I try to make it good for everyone, but you know, everybody's different. I also make it so that the grid is in sections, and each box is 10 little squares by 10. So it's 10 by 10 each box. Then you have the bold line. The bold line is to help you count easier. It's easier to do it that way rather than have all those little grids. When you put them together, you're able to count really easier. Like, oh my God, I'm messing up my words. She scares me. I'm sorry. So you could count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 60, 70, and 80. So boom, 80. And it's easy to do it that way. I love it. I used to do it with just the straight grids and not the bold lines, and it's a little bit difficult. All right, so how do I put my graph together? My graph is mad easy to put together. The first page, and it tells you at the bottom, page 1. So this is page 1. Page 1 is the page that you're going to cut. This page you're going to cut on the side. Why? Because the second page, page 2, is where you're going to line it up. Not there. Here. Right here, it's going to be a shaded line. Some people call me, and well, not call me, but send me messages saying that there's a problem with my graph because there's a gray area and I can't see the gray area. Well, you're not really supposed to, because this area right here is the last 2 rows of here. And I do that so that it's easy for you to line them up. So when you are going to cut that first page, which I am doing right now, I'm going to cut, because we're going to take it back to pre-K. All right, we're taking it back to pre-K because we're going to do some cutting and pasting. Once I cut it, I'm going to line it up with that gray area. And when I line it up with the gray area, it's going to blend perfectly. Yeah, it's going to blend perfectly if I can just perfectly do it. And then, depending on the size, you're going to have more than that. Sometimes I do it like page by page because it's easier for me to do it. So, for instance, I'll take the last 2 sheets. This is the last 2 sheets. It would be, if your graph is larger, it's going to, of course, be larger. But these are the last 2 sheets. And what I'll do is I'll just cut that 3rd page. Cut the 3rd page right there and glue it to where the shaded area is. And that shaded area is right there. So this is actually the page that I'm going to use today. So I need to cut it. Once I cut it, I am going to take my glue. So you could use glue or tape, whatever you want. I use a glue stick because the tape, for me, it gets in the way of me highlighting. It may not bother some, but it kind of bothers me. So what I do is I take the glue and I just put it on that area, which is the 2 right here, the 2 rows, and I will stick this right on top of it. Once I do that, we're good to go. All right, I got my camera up too. But once we do that, this is going to be the bottom part of your graph. And sometimes I cut this part right here because we don't need it. So this is where I'm going to start. It has all of what I need. And boom. Next, you're going to do is, or this is the first thing, you probably need to know what yarn you're using, right? So the yarn I have right here. The thing about it is, it's like a coloring book. You do not have to use the colors that I use. You can make her hair red. You can make her hair brown. You can make her hair green, purple, whatever you want. You can make her skin tone, whatever you want, darker, lighter, whatever. The yarn that you use, any one you want, it does not matter. The only thing I do suggest is make sure that it's all the same weight. As long as it's all the same weight, you should be fine. You don't want to mix different weights. The other thing about it, it says on here, it says about how much yarn you need. It tells you how many stitches is in that color and how much yarn you need. The yarn that you need is green, dark green, red, brown, yellow, gold, white, and gray. I always put gray, but it's really black. I do that so that it's easier for you to see. It tells you how many skeins. So you might need 1 skein, 2 skeins, 3 skeins, 4 skeins. It's there. I have it there for you. So after you find out what yarn you're going to use, I am going to show you. So the first thing I would need is my background. Boom, cream, big twist. I made a video telling you that the yarn that is best for Graphghans, I used to use I Love This Yarn, and then I started using Big Twist. And Big Twist has been my go-to yarn to the point now where everything around me is Big Twist. Like, I buy Big Twist in bulk to the point where Joann's like know me, like they know me. And so the next thing I use is the background color. Then you're gonna need the hair. So the hair color, I'm going to do black. The next color is her face. I'm going to use this one. So for brown color, whether you want it light, dark, or whatever. I know Lion Brand has the new skin tones for African American. You could look into that. I've never used it before, so I really don't know how it is. I have no idea. But Big Twist has camel. I use camel for majority of all my African American colors. I use camel. And you can also use I love this yarn. They have one color, I forgot what it is. And then Red Heart has Cafe Latte. Boom. I used to use Cafe Latte all the time. Her hat. Now I'm going like edgy. I'm going edgy. I was gonna make it like a jean hat. And then I decided nah, because I'm gonna change it up a little bit and use the twinkle yarn. So I am going to use the twinkle yarn for the hat, and for the border, just regular varsity green for the border. And for her lipstick, and at the top it says 1865. Boom, twinkle. So her lips are gonna be popping, and so will 1865. So, like I said, make it your own. You don't have to use the colors I have on my graph. I need to add colors so that you know where to change it, but you can make it whatever your heart desires. Now, any questions before I move to the next one? Actually, I'm about to put the camera on and get this party started. The hook that I use is either I or J. I'm using J right now. I actually was going to use a larger hook to maybe you can see better, but I opted not to because I didn't want to confuse anybody. A lot of people get confused. So I didn't want to confuse anyone. So I am just using the J hook. But you can use the J or the I. That's up to you. And anyone have any questions before I go on? I didn't even do like the foundation because again, this was so last minute, and I decided to do it at the last minute because I was getting messages like crazy all over the place. Instagram, email. I can't even check my messenger. My messenger is just so it's just crazy. But I was trying to answer everyone, and I said, you know what? Let me just do a video. And this weekend is a very busy, busy, busy weekend for me, so I had to do it today, or it just wasn't happening, to be honest, because I'm just so overwhelmed. So I'm doing it now. In the meantime, I'm making the foundation as we go. Someone asked, where do I buy the graph? So if you are doing the challenge, you are able to pick one, and I will send you one if you're doing the challenge. If you're not doing the challenge, they are all pillows. So it is $6. I'm gonna add it to my Etsy one day this week. But other than that, if you're doing the challenge, you could definitely get it. I will send it to your email. There are some people who I am not going to send it to because I am finding this is the third challenge, and a lot of people ask to be in a challenge. I understand that things get in the way and you're not able to, but you're getting free graphs. So I expect something like even like 4 or 5 rows. I'm not getting anything. So I can't give it to everybody who's asking every single time we have a challenge and getting free while there's a lot of people doing the work. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be a part of the challenge, you can get it for free. And those who have been doing the challenge, I think someone asked for 2. I did honor the 2 because she actually did every last challenge. Every last challenge. And this time she wanted to step it up and do 2. So I'm going to give her the 2. But if anybody else wants 2, it's $6. All right. So the next one is how to find out your bobbins. How many bobbins you're going to need. Let me put it up. I'm going to show you how many bobbins. I don't know why it does this. My glasses is not working for me. That's horrible. That's so bad. My glasses is not working for me. Okay, so the bobbins. How do we know how many bobbins we're going to start off with and how many bobbins you're going to end up with? I don't use bobbins. I can't stand bobbins. But some people can't go without bobbins. You can use whatever bobbins you want. It doesn't matter. And you can find bobbins on Amazon. I will put in the description yarn bobbins. And they're like plastic. Some of them are like a burgundy color and blue color. I would get both because the burgundy is like the larger one and the blue one is like the smaller one. So you're definitely going to probably need different sizes. And you can also use the actual skein of yarn, or you can wind them up, make some cakes or balls, and put them in sandwich bags. When you put them in sandwich bags, that kind of help you so that it doesn't twist. Because sometimes your yarn get twisted and tangled, and the baggies help. So in the beginning, I would, just by looking, I would need at least 3 bobbins to start off with. And I say 3 bobbins because I need bobbins for the background. So we have the background here, and then we have the hair, which is the black, and then we have the background here. So I would say start off with 3 bobbins, but eventually you're going to need more, right? So to have them all ready before you even start, I would definitely do the 3, which is the background color, 2 large bobbins. What I do, and this is what I do because I don't use bobbins, I take a good chunk out of the skein of yarn like this. I don't want to take it out because I don't really need it, but I would take a good chunk out, right? Maybe half of this. And when I take that out, I would cut that and I would use one side for one skein and the other side with another skein. So instead of making a bunch of balls, that's the easiest way to do it. Just take it out. When you take it out, it comes right out. And then y'all have like a little skein, and then they both would be the same. So you could use one on this side and one on that side. So that you could start off with. And then I'm sorry. And then the hair. So the hair is a little rocky, and this is the reason why I decided to use this one, because the hair starts off right here. So the second row, that's where the hair starts. And then you got the third row where it starts up here. And then you have the little background in the middle. I would not suggest to use a whole skein for that because you wouldn't need it anywhere else. You would just need it right then and there. So I wouldn't suggest to do a whole skein. I would just take a couple of pieces because you really honestly only need some scraps. That's it. You would need a couple of scraps here and there, and you're good. Now, you could use 2 small bobbins of the color you want the earring. So I was thinking this color for the earring, which is like a gold and cream. So it's also twinkle metallic. It's metallic, but I love this yarn. You could use I find that using the twinkle and the metallic and the sparkle yarn helps a whole lot when you want to liven up your art. When you want to liven up your Graphghans, it really does bring it out. It really does. You can also add like buttons. Well, if it's for an adult. If it's for babies, I wouldn't do it. But if it's for an adult, you can add embellishments to it just to, make it look pretty. This I would make a bag, and it's for an adult, so adding buttons that really, really, really represent. I just ordered some buttons that are a fist pump. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that one because that would look so perfect with the Juneteenth bag. Perfect. So check that out too. Like, be creative. All right. So next is the face. I will have a bobbin for the face. You will need 2 bobbins, maybe not a lot, only because when you get to the mouth area is where you're going to have to split it. So I would do 2 small bobbins of the brown. I would do one. I wouldn't even do 1 bobbin of the white. Just use a little piece of scrap for the white and a little piece of scrap for the mouth and a little scrap for the nose. And I would do, when you get to the border of the hat, so the hat has the light green and the dark green. When you get to the border of the hat, this is where you're going to have to, you could use 1 whole bobbin for the beginning, but then eventually it's going to merge off. So I would use 2, and then overall maybe 3 or 4. And I might not even use full bobbins. I might just use a couple of scraps because you don't really need a lot. But I would make sure that I do not carry anything. This is the reasons why we are using the bobbins, because you don't want to carry no more than 4 stitches. I do not carry no more than 4 stitches. You don't want that other color to show in between your yarn. And the last one, which is the letter. I mean, not the letters, the numbers. So when it comes to letters, I am not a fan of letters. The name and the numbers, I'm not a fan of it because it's a lot of color changing. But it has to be done, right? What's the sense in doing a Graphghan if you don't have it personalized? I would do 4 bobbins, or you really don't even need bobbins. Maybe like 4 scrap yarn of whatever color you're using for the 1865. You don't need a lot, but you would definitely need scrap red and scrap green, because you got the green in between. So let me show you what I mean. You're gonna have to break it up because I'm not showing this part at all. I am not going to be able to do this in a short amount of time. So I'm not going to be able to show you how to do this. But when you get up here, if you're doing this one or any one, at least you know how to break it up. You're going to have your bobbins or your scrap yarn here. Then you're going to have scrap yarn here, which is where the light green is. Then you're going to use another scrap yarn for that border. Then you're going to need it for inside here, 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 and here. So those are the areas where you're going to need scrap yarn. I hate this. Right? So keep in mind, just keep them scrap yarns everywhere, especially if you're using a Graphghan, because you never know when you're going to need them. Here is where you're going to need scrap yarn for the 5, and then the 6, and then the 8, and then the 1. And then the more you go up to like the second line, you're going to notice that you are going to have like the green in between, like the green in between here. I would carry it because it's not more than 4. It kind of makes no sense to add more green in there, so I will carry it. That is just about as far as I would go when it comes to carrying yarn. I don't like carrying yarn, but if I ever did, that's where I would do it. And I think I covered that part. Any questions before I move on? Because I think I covered that. Carol, you have to go in the in one of the groups. If you are a part of Graphghan University, if one of the moderators could put Graphghan University link so that she can join if you're not a part of it, or Graphghans and the Restless, one of them. You could go to any one of them, and most likely Graphghan University, because that's where we are. That's where I have more of the tutorials of that. You could try Graphghan University, and there's a post that says if you want to join, put the picture that you want. That way I can send it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna send them all out tomorrow. All right, so now that I showed that, let me make sure there's no more questions before I move on. Nope, not at all. Okay. All right, now let me set up this camera. Oh, it's still on. Okay. I thought it cut off. It didn't. Ah. All right, let me set the camera so you guys can see what the heck I'm about to do. Can y'all see this boy? He knows I'm on live, and he up here playing games, talking loud. Okay, we're about to get it going. I'm going to take, I have my background color already, and then I'm going to take my black. I'm going to start off with some yarn. So I'm going to do this. Take some like that, and some more like this. This is what I'm starting off with. And then I can use the rest of the skein because it's nothing but straight black for a couple of rows, and then it starts splitting up. I am definitely going to have to do this because I just realized I can't show you unless I do this. So I'm going to take it out. So what I do is take it out like this. Booyah! So you have one skein. So that's one side, and 2, and that's the second side. So that is out and ready. And then the other one is ready. I got my black, got my camera up. Let's get this party started. Okay. Let me, because it looks like I gotta turn it over some so that you can see it like how I am seeing it. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. So I started right here. So what I did was I did the 80. So this is 80. 1 to 80. Wait a minute. Okay. So this is 80. So what I did was I did 81 chains, or you could do the foundation. It's up to you. You could do single crochet or have double crochet. It's up to you. You don't have to do not do double crochet. Please do not. It will distort your image. It's not a great idea to use double crochet at all for your Graphghans. At all. I don't suggest it. I use have double crochet. That's what I do. I use half double, but you can use single crochet or half double crochet. All right. So when I finish doing my 81 chains, then I would go over and do half double crochet on 80 of the chains. I only need one chain. Some people use two for half double crochet, but I only need one. But if you want to use two for half double, that's up to you. I don't do that. What I do with my tail, I put my tail in here because I don't like to weave in nothing. And if I have to, I want it to be very little. I don't like weaving at all. So as you can see, my hook is in the loop right here. And I'm taking the tail and putting it through the loop like that. Then I'm going to put my hook back in the loop and turn around. Once I turn around, chain one, and then I'm going to crochet over that tail. Crochet over the tail so that I do not have to worry about that tail again. All right. So I use the method that I made up, which is called pop, lock, and drop. Oh no, what the heck did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, I'm like, what did I just do? Oh, okay. I'm trying to make it so that you can see better, and the screen done disappeared. All right. So I do my pop, lock, and drop. Some of you may already know, some of you may not know, but I go in one loop and then yarn over and go through all three. And I keep going like that because I find that when I do it this way, it locks in whatever I am trying to change colors. So when you change colors, you do not see that it's a changed color. That's a lot of that's a problem that a lot of people have. When you are changing colors, you see that change color. Even though we're not changing colors now, the reason why I do this is because I want to lock in this tail. So this tail do not show up any other time. I don't need it to show up. All right, so here we need 10, 20, 30, and 40. But wait, 1, 2, 3. So 3, So it's 31, 32, 33. So we need 33 stitches before we get to right here where the hair starts. So basically, we did the chain, right? We did the chain, 10, 10, 10, 10. We did the chain. Then we did the foundation. And I tend to add it maybe the first row. Sometimes I don't. So this, I made this just me be the foundation for you. And then you could start your graph. Or some people may add it into here. I add it because I do. I just add it. So this first one to me would be the foundation. So I would highlight this area because this area is already done. Now, the thing about that is if you start right here, if you start right to left and left to right, 9 times out of 10, if you're using that first, if you're using this first line as the foundation and then you start your graph, that means that you're going to be starting your graph on the even side. So just be careful if you want to do it that way or not, or you can add an extra row, that way you're starting on this side again. So I hope I didn't confuse you with that. To be honest with you, the best thing to do is maybe use this as foundation and then start your graph. But I don't want to confuse anybody because I think I just confused you. I hope I didn't confuse anybody about that one. But yeah, the foundation, sometimes I use it in my graphs, sometimes I don't. I think it depends on if I'm in a rush or not. I really don't know. But I'm going to go straight into my graph and I'm going to start on this side. So it is what it is, right? Like I can manipulate how I'm going to make my bag or whatever. So that I am going to. So basically, it's almost like saying you started from left to right, but I don't know. I feel like that's backwards. Or you could do it from the side. If you want to do it from the side, that's a good option as well. The thing about it is, it will come out looking, the stitches will look different because you're doing it on the side. But that's an option that is preference. Some people like doing it on the side, some people don't. I only do it on the side if I get less color changing. So if I have a graph that's easier to do from the side, I would do it from the side because it's less color changing. If you have less color changing doing it from right to left, which is horizontal, then do it that way. Whatever is easy for you, that's the best thing to do. All right, so we're going to make believe we have 33. We're going to make believe we have 33 stitches. 33 at HDC, right? That's what we're starting off with, 33. We need 3 blacks to start the hair. Now, remember, I pulled this to the side. That way I don't have to worry about it. As I'm crocheting, it's already there. So I'm going to add it on here. So once you get to 33, you're going to stop, yarn over, pull through that 1, and then drop. When you drop it, you're dropping to the back. I'll explain why in a few. You're going to take your color, leave a little bit of tail, just a little bit. That way you can weave that in. Well, I don't weave, but you know. Wrap it around your hook and pull through all 3. I will tug down on the color yarn that we just previously changed. Tug down on that a little bit and we're going to start a HDC, and we're going to crochet over the black tail. So we're going to yarn over, go into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through one, yarn over, go through all three. I'm going to tug a little bit on the tail because that kind of close up right here. And as you can see, you cannot tell that I did a color change. That's why I like to lock it in, tug on it a little bit, and the color change is smooth. I'm going to do it again. Go in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through all. And as I'm going, my tension is just to pull it just a little so that you're pulling everything together. All right, so we have two. Now we need one more. Yarn over, go through that next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through one, and stop because we only need three. Once you stop, pull it down. And I'm also going to pull down the tail too because we don't want to crochet the tail over the background and then you're going to see the black. We don't want that. So we're going to leave that right there so that when we come back around, we'll crochet on top of that again. The rest of your graph is nothing but the background color. So we have the other side of the skein right here. So that's what we're going to use. So if you have another bobbin, there you go. This is my other side of my skein. And I'm going to pull that through all three. Again, I have the tail and tug down on that previous color a little bit. And we're going to yarn over. Let me get my light first. All right. So now we're going to yarn over, go into that next stitch. As this tail is on top, yarn over, pull up a loop. And we're, like I said, we're going to pull on it a little bit so that this can get together. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over, pull through all three. Boom. And as I pull the tail a little bit, it just closed in right there. Just pull the tail a little bit, tug on this a little bit, even that one. And then you keep on going until you get to the end. Yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through all three. The next row that I show you, I'm going to do it in single crochet so you can see it in single crochet. I just have a habit of doing it in HDC because I'm quicker in HDC. So I have the tail. I'm going to let the tail go and I'm going to keep on going. So this is what I'm doing is called the extended half double crochet. That extra loop that we're going in, that's the extended version of the HDC. The extended version is what I use to lock it in because for some reason it just gives it an extra lock so that your color changing won't move, and it is, for me, the best thing ever. I have no complaints. So if you want, when you don't have any color changing, you could just continue going with your HDC or single crochet without the extended version, or you could do the extended version just the whole way through. It's up to you. You could do the extended version with just the color changing like I do, And then the rest is straight up HDC. I am really grateful for doing this so many years and being able to come up with a technique that works for me. And not only do it work for me, it has worked for some other people. So I'm just grateful that I was able to find something that actually works. So I'm going to the end, and then we're going to go to the next row. Do we have any questions before I move on to the next row to show you how that next row is going to get on your nerves? But it's easy. Once I show you, you're going to be like, oh, that's it. Yeah, girl, what you think? I wouldn't do you wrong. I promise you, I won't do you wrong. I don't know who the Facebook user is, but hey, thanks for sharing a new technique. Okay, you're welcome. I don't know who you are, but hey, thanks for joining. If you want to be a part of the Diva Squad, there, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, come on YouTube and look it up. Join the Diva Squad if you want to learn how to graph like the diva, or if you want to do the mentor, you could try it. You'll like it. You get some perks. All right, so now that I'm on the next side, I am going to highlight the area that I just completed. Highlight the whole area. Okay, so the next one is a little tricky because you have right here, then you have this one area right here, then you have this 3. So how do I do that? What I do is I just take a little piece of this right here. Take the skein of yarn right here that I have and just take a little piece off. And you use that. That's it. I don't need a lot. So that I'm going to have right here on the side. So when I get here, I can use it. I do not like carrying no more than 4 stitches. So if this was like 4 or 5, I may not carry over. But because this is only 1 and this is 3, I might carry it. I might. Yeah. But let's go to the next one. So the next one is you will have to go from the left. So we already did it right from the right to left. So now we're going to do it from left to right. So now that we're on this side, you need to count 10, 20, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So that's 27 before you get here. And then once you get to where you have to start your hair, you just need to make sure all your bobbins are good and it lines up with what you have here. So I'm going to be honest, I don't count at all. No. You can count, especially if you're just starting. I suggest you count, but I don't. I don't like counting. I have a bad problem with counting. So I just basically look at what I have. So I know that when I come back around, I need but so many stitches before this one. So that's basically how I do it. It sounds complicated, but if you do 3 to 4 Graphghans in a month, you can understand why I do what I do without counting. So the way I do it, I would count. This is confusing using a green pen. But I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 10. So that's 14. So basically, I'm counting from that last one that we did. You remember the 3 that we did of the hair? I'm starting from right there. Right after that third one, that's where we're starting. So that will be 4. Then this is 10, so 14, 15, 16, 17. So basically, I would need 17 stitches before I get to right here. That's how I do it. But please count the right way if that is a problem. So being that I just counted 17, I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that means I am going to start. My next color change right here. So either I use a stitch marker, or sometimes I just add the yarn that I'm going to use right there. So I am going to crochet until I get to there. Or you could just do what a normal person do and just count. But I'm showing you different ways, right? Because preference is important. Whatever you feel comfortable in doing, that's what you do. So if you want to do it my way, which I believe is the lazy way, by all means do it. If you want to do it the other way and count, which is probably the best way, then count. But I don't like doing that. So I'm going to do I said I was doing single crochet. See what I'm telling y'all? I can't I can't live without my HBC. All right, so single crochet till I get to where that yarn is, or count. Are you doing a YouTube making the whole Graphghan? No, I think that would be forever. I won't be able to do the whole Graphghan, but this is me starting you on your way so that you are able to get it started, and you should be able to complete it with the tips I'm giving you. All right, so single crochet this row so I can show you. If you want to do single crochet, this is what I'm doing. All right, so now that I'm next to where I need to put the black yarn, I stop with 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through both. Wait, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was I was supposed to change the color. Sorry about that. Go in, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Then you're going to drop to the front. I do this because it's so much easier, neater, and you do not have to clean the front part. All of your hanging string should be towards the back. So every time, if you start from right to left, left to right, every time you are doing the odd numbers, the odd number is going to be the front of your work. And when you're on the even number, it's going to be the back of your work. So always remember that every time it's the the even numbers, you're going to pull your string towards you. If it's the odd number over here, you're going to pull it to the back. Because I noticed that some people, when they crochet, as they crochet wherever they at, they just go to the back. And then when you turn around, you go to the back again. And when you do that, you got strings on the front and strings on the back. I'm going to tell you right now, when I used to do that, it was a mess. That was number one. And number two is the front of your work. You do not want those stitches to be sticking out from the front of your work, because it can distort your image. And then sometimes we wonder why. We wonder why our work look a little bit off. And that's because you have to weave in from the back. Pull that yarn from the front to the back. And you don't really have to do that if you just do all of your string hanging to the back. That's the best thing ever that someone told me, and I ran with it. Because I could not understand why my stitches, my images on my Graphghans looked crazy. Like, it would be an area where I might have black and it might be a little yellow. And that's because when I weaved in that yellow, I weaved it in through the yellow, but sometimes it moves over towards the black. And then we wondering, well, how did that happen? You want clean stitches, but again, preference. It's your preference. I don't want to take away from anyone's preference. Now we're going to add the black, and we're going to pull down. Again, with the tail, we're going to we're going to crochet over the tail. And this right here is 4. So we're going to do 4 black, and then the 1, which I have right here, that 1 background color. So we're going to do 4 black. So single crochet, go in, yarn over, pull through 1. I'm pulling on this tail a little bit, as well as on the background color, yarn over, pull through both. It looks good, don't it? It look good. It look good. Right? Again, go in, on it a little, yarn over, pull through both. And again, because we need 4. And 1 more. Like that. And what we're going to do is take the rest of the tail, as well as the original string, and drop it towards you. Because we're doing the even number. This is an even row, so you're going to do it toward you. Now we're going to add this. Oh, wait, so we have 1. So again, like I mentioned before, we can crochet over. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on my hook, change the color like that, pull down. But because it's just the 1, we're going to crochet over. So I am going to crochet over the background color, the cream color tail, as well as this. So I'm going to go in, pick it up. But as I'm going, I'm pulling it like that. And drop to the front. Now I'm going to pick up the black and change colors like that. And I'm going to drop the tail because we could always, actually, being that we are not going to have any more of the background color, it's going to be majority of the black. I can actually crochet over the tail of the cream color only because it can blend in with this. Now, say if this was a different color and we just added maybe like the nose. The nose is just maybe 2 stitches. So the best thing I would do is weave that in. That's one thing I would weave in because it's only 1 stitch and you don't want to crochet over it and there's no color black in that area or there's no color green in that area. So you just want to leave it. So if I only need that one cream color right there, I will leave it, let this hang, and when I'm done, I will weave that in. I wouldn't even crochet over it. I'll just weave it in. And weaving in like maybe 2 or 3 is fine. In a whole entire Graphghan, I probably weave maybe 4, maybe 5 stitches. Sometimes if it's a big one with a lot of detail, I might do 10. But I don't ever do like thousands like some people do. So, all right. So the next one is I did that one. So now we have 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're gonna do 8 black, and I'm going to crochet over the tail because it blends in with the bottom. Go in, yarn over, pull through 1. I'm going to pull that a little bit. I noticed that my loop is a little large, so I'm going to just pull on it a little bit more. I'm taking that out and pull on it a little bit more so it's closer to the hook. The closer it is to the hook, the better it is. Now I'm going to try it again. Yarn over, pull through 1. Yarn over, pull through both. Better. And I need 8. So I'm going to do it for 8. Now, as when I do this, I tug on this part a little bit too. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, then I tug. When I do that, that's the lock that I keep telling y'all about that I love. I love this lock because it locks it in and it does not move. It does not go anywhere. So single crochet or half double crochet, that lock is everything for me. So that's 3, 5 more. Okay, so the tail is bothering me now. I'm just going to put it down. I just want to keep going. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The last one. Yarn over, pull through 1, and stop. Because now we have the 3 that we have to add right here. So remember this little lonesome one that I had right here? I'm going to take the end of that right here. This is how I do not waste any of my scraps. And I'm going to put it on here. Like that. That's something you could have carried, but I'm trying to show you guys how not to carry. Because the cream color is the same color as this, you could have carried it over, but I'm trying to show you guys not to. Because we don't want to carry. We don't want to get in the habit of always carrying. So we need 3. 3 of the background color, go in, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through both, tugging on it a little bit, and I need 2 more. Oh my God. And then we stop. And then we're going to pick up the black. As you can see, the black is already there waiting for you. And that's basically how you start, how you finish the rest. Because as you add and drop, when you go back to it, it's already right there waiting for you. So we're going to crochet that. And remember the tail that we had from that previous side? I'm going to pick it up and crochet back over it. So this is something that I call a Z formation. The Z formation is that we crocheted over it like this, and then when you turn around, I'm crocheting it back that way. So it's going in like a zigzag. That's something that I call a Z formation. I made it up, so you can't look for it. I try to, because I do a lot of classes, I try to come up with names, and that was the name I came up. And we just keep doing that. Okay, and then I need one more. So, as you can see, the background color is waiting right there for me. So what I'm going to do is take my hook and pick it up. Take my hook, pick up that background color. Now, you can go right into the stitch like this and keep on going. That's fine. And then you could pick this up. But I noticed in the back of my work, you could see that this goes like this. You could basically see the lines. It's like a line attached to each one. I didn't like that, so I decided to not do that. I will pick it up with my hook and put it through the hole, drop the black, and now I'm picking this up so that it's already right there and it doesn't have that line going up. And then you finish the rest of your row. Extended version, I may do one more extended version and then bang, keep going. So that's how I do the difficult beginning, or even if it's in the middle when you have them random colors just coming out of nowhere and you like, am I supposed to carry or am I supposed to go over it? Like, what am I supposed to do? Basically, it's preference how you want your Graphghan to look. I have this tail from the beginning. I'm going to add it so that I don't have to weave it in. Oh my gosh. Put it through, pick it up. All right. Now, here we go. Here we go. And then that's just about it. And you just keep on going until you finish your project. Just make sure your bobbins are good. Make sure that your colors are ready. It's best to just make sure everything is ready for you. I didn't add this part, but I'm going to show you real quick how I add that part. I'm back. How I add the top part of my graph. I'm going to show you that real quick because I didn't show you. And that would be a great idea, right? To show you that part. So again, like I mentioned, we got to put this together first, the top part. Sometimes it's longer than this. Sometimes it may be 6 pages or 7 pages, depending on how big your graph is. But I already cut that part. So now I need to tape this. Or, well, I use glue. So I'm going to glue where this line is at. Glue it. When I glue it, I also glue up here too. Right up here where the top is. Right there. When I finish, I will add the next part. So when I add the next part to it, what am I doing? Oh, here it is. I'm going to line up the last 2 lines with where this shaded area is. We're going to add it together. Okay, that would be better if I just did this. Once I put that together, I think I gotta add my ink. I need to add my ink to my printer because it's running out. Once we did that part, then you have to add the bottom to it. So the next part that you have to cut is this one, because the bottom one has the shaded area. So this is the part that you're going to have to use the glue. So we're going to cut this part down here. I know I had got a message from someone in my Etsy talking about she don't have a printer, and I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to have a printer. Use Zodo. That's what I used to always use. But to be honest with you, I'd rather use this because it's just easier for me to carry around. So, and I basically use HP Insta, what is it called? Insta Print. It's just so easy. If you are printing maybe 20 to 50 pages, you're only paying like $3.99 a month. Remember, like, I used to pay like $30 to $50 for my damn cartridge, and it was just too much. So I was so happy when they did this because I paid the $5.99 a month, and anytime I need my cartridge, it comes right before I even need it. So now that my ink is running out, I already have the color over there. I already have the cartridge waiting for me. So isn't that bomb? Isn't that dope? All right, so I already glued this top, and I'm going to add the last 2 to here so it lines up like a puzzle. And bang, here it is. It's sometimes where I'll be so off and I'll be like, really, Shauna, you couldn't do that? You couldn't do that, right? Really? If there's any questions, there's the perfect time to answer those questions now or forever hold your. All right. I used to say, I don't have time for all this. I just want to get to going. And this is how it starts. Well, finished. This is how it finished. This is how it looks. And yeah, that's it. And then once you get to that next row is easier because then it's just all black, and you're gonna cover that one clean area, and then that other with the three, you're just gonna cover it with the black and then drop it, and then you're good. Then you could start the earrings. You're good. I would like to do the challenge. How would I join? In the group, Facebook group, there's there's a post that all you have to do is comment what you want, and I will send it tomorrow. It's in Graphghan's in the rice list or in Graphghan's University. Either one. You could try either one. And there's a post in either one, and I'm going to send them out tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm gonna send them out tomorrow morning. And that's it. Any other questions? Yes, HP Instant Ink. Hewitt Packard Instant Ink. Yes, Gerald. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. This challenge, I'm going to ask some organizations that are part of the Juneteenth and some organizations that's a part of Pride, so that they too can be a part of the challenge. Not to crochet, because I want to extend you guys out further than the crochet community. We don't want to just target the crochet community. You want to target those who do not know how to crochet, so that they see that you're doing this. That's my main reason for doing the challenges, so that you can learn how to do a Graphghan, have the help, because all of us are kind of doing it together, and get you guys out there, because some of you want businesses, some of you just want a challenge. Like, this is why I'm doing it, and I want to do it every single month. So every single month we have a different challenge. And this one I am going to get 2 or maybe more organizations, so that they can share it on their pages, and perhaps one of you guys somebody may hit you up and be like, "You make this for me." That would be so dope. I think somebody did for somebody in the the autism one. Oh man, it was like 3 people have orders based off of that autism one that we did in April. The May one, I didn't do the video yet. I'm going to do the video, and I'm going to upload the video for Sunday. But the nurse one, oh my God, that was beautiful, because you are sending it to a nurse, and you're giving it to a nurse, and they took pictures of nurses holding their. Oh, that was so beautiful. So I can't wait to do that and put that up. And somebody else got a order because of that. That is just awesome. So that's the reason why I do these challenges, so that you guys can get up, get out, and spread your talent to other people, make that money. Yeah. I'm in on this month's challenge. Yeah. All right, shorty. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to air fry my chicken and continue making my Graphghan. I have a Graphghan that's due Saturday, but I'm just finished. I'm just making a bigger border. That's all. But what I'm gonna do is maybe later on in the month, how I create my bags. I'm gonna do that a little bit more and speak about it a little bit more, because I know everybody do not want to do wall hangings all the time or pillows all the time. So what I'm going to do is try to do each month, do something different. So this month I will do a bag. Maybe next month I'll do, next month is July. Maybe next month we could do a shirt or something. Maybe August we could do something baby like every month I want to do something different and show you guys how to add Graphghans to all of these different things. It's so easy. It's so easy. All right, you guys have a good night. And if you have any other questions, hit me up or one of the moderators, either Shay or Disha. We can help you. And I will send out those graphs for the challenges tomorrow morning. So if you have a setting, a privacy setting on your Facebook, or if we're not friends on Facebook, you might want to change it, or else you're not going to be able to get the attachment. Because if you have it set to privacy and your friends or people who are not your Facebook friends can get it, then I'm not going to be able to send the attachment. So just check your privacy, or you can request me. I just happened to see this channel. I've never done a Graphghan. I would love to attempt the Juneteenth one. It's beautiful. Darcel, check it out. We have the two groups. The main group you want is the Graphghan University. Graphghan University group is, I think I have it. Boom, here it is. I just put it in the comments. Graphghan University. That's the group you want to go to. There's a lot of things in there that you could use so that you can learn. In the photo album, there's a lot of samples in the photo album, and there's some videos in there, and on my channel. So if you're not subscribed, you gotta subscribe, because I do so many different tutorials and videos, and I go over and over and over and over and over certain techniques and tricks and tips. And I try to answer questions in a video form because a lot of people are visual. Why do kids ask you stuff when they know you're doing something? Yes, let's get this going. Juneteenth is the bomb. Yes, thank you. Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but thank you, boo. Thank you. That one is dope, isn't it? Like, you just made me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that should be a bag, and I think everybody should wear it. It's so bomb. But yeah, check it out. If there's no more questions, I'm gonna air fry my chicken. All right. So have a good night. Bye.